Welcome back. I'm your anchor, Noel Gons. Today we got more info on the crisis.
Berger from the Orono delegation. My bill is about addressing the large agricultural crisis we're currently seeing in Minnesota, where a company by the name of Midwest, who is producing a chemical by the title of Benevest, has seen that when their chemical migrates from field to field in Minnesota, it's killing off neighboring farmland. So in turn, my bill does two main things. First, it stops the bleeding of the crisis by incentivizing the switch towards different chemicals that don't have the active ingredient that is detrimental to the farmland. And second, it compensates the farmers that have been negatively affected. Thus, by adopting this piece of legislation, I don't see any large effects to the market share of Minnesotans in our economy because it could be filled by other corporations, not Midwest. In turn, the benefit to the farmer far outweighs any drawbacks economically for Minnesotans.
By a vote of 29 ayes and 23 nays, the bill is passed and its title agreed to.
After the crisis bill failed, here's what Governor Hayden Chute has to say about it.
The bill died, and we're ready to move on for it and get back to our own pieces of legislation that these delegates have worked so hard for. And I'm so happy to see potentially come to my desk and to see them debated.
The values one learns at YIG they can use for life. Here's some of the YIG values from you guys.
I would say care. I think YIG is a great place for inclusiveness. People of all walks of life, of different social backgrounds, are able to get together. And I think there is not only a respect, but I think there is a care for every other delegate. Because you're all there sharing your opinions, and I think there's a mutual respect in that.
Assembly here.
I think that responsibility definitely stands out to me because the reason that YIG remains fun every single year is because of the leadership here and because of the responsibility that they carry and how well they carry it. So everyone is always so passionate about it.
I think respect is definitely the most prominent, and I just say that because obviously YIG is all about working with other people, and I think without respect, the conference doesn't go smoothly, and committees and the legislature doesn't work very well together. And I see that a lot with delegates respecting others, and it makes the conference run a whole lot smoother.
I'd probably have to say honesty, because it's really, really important that when you're representing a group of people or you're looking in the best interest of the general civilization, we usually refer to honesty as being like a core principle. So I think that it's really important to also embody.
For many of us, YIG is one of our favorite weekends, but for some, paying for it can be a little challenging. Thanks to YI Give, many more kids are able to enjoy Model Assembly.
Volunteer for YI Give this year.
YI Give is such an important program. It enables those who maybe have some sort of limitation that they can't really control to still be able to participate in youth and government.
What impact do you think this program has had on delegates?
An immense impact. Delegates who come through here come out more articulate, more able to fully express their views and develop their political opinions.
Why did you volunteer for YI Give this year?
I volunteered for YI Give this year because I think it's important to give back. It's fun too as well, just to talk to people, see people in the hallways. But I think it's important to be able to give my time so other people can have time at YIG.
Do you know how much money you guys have made so far in the program?
As of Friday morning, I know it was around 400, but I'm sure it's increased since then because that was Friday morning and that was just the stuff from Thursday. So it's probably around 1,000 by now.
What are the donation prizes?
So for $3, that's where you get this wristband. And then for $5, that's where you get, the sticker. And then for $8, it's the lanyard. And for $10, you get all three. And then you write on the poster board that we hang up that says your name, your delegation, and why you gave.
What impact do you think this program has had on delegates?
I know a few people who use this program to fund their trip here, so I think it's really important that we have that option to create more diversity, I guess, in our amount of delegates here and just to help everybody out.
Has this program impacted your life in any way?
I don't do the scholarships, but it has created a better fun experience for me because we get a lot of interesting people who donate and a lot of fun times. Some people sing to us and we are singing to them, and seeing people give just makes everyone feel better, and it's just good to know, I guess.
What impact do you think this program has had on delegates?
I think it affects not just the delegates that receive it, but I think it affects everybody. When you're in a program area that has more voices from people who wouldn't otherwise be able to go to youth in government, that enhances your experience. It makes it a place where we can all listen.
Has this program impacted your life in any way?
I know people who it has. I know there are a lot of people in my delegation who have been able to go to YIG because of Why I Give, and because of Youth in Government's outreach in that way. I can't say it's directly impacted me, but I certainly know people who it has.
Everyone gets their start in YIG somewhere. Here are a few of the 8th graders starting their YIG adventure.
It's been fun going to the Capitol, meeting new people, making friends that I'll probably know and probably hang out with out of here. We've run our own bills, we've had our own courts, and just being able to do that, it's fun, and it was worth coming here and having the time with just everyone.
I think it's fun doing bills and contesting things because then I get to practice my knowledge and my speeches and just practicing stuff.
Probably for me would be articulating my words that are in my head and actually speaking it and making it clear for everyone to understand.
Probably actually reading my bill out loud in front of a bunch of people and then answering questions.
I like how it's like a safe place and like everybody's just friends and so welcoming and nice.
Last night was a great night for evening activities at YIG. We had a lot of great awesome events and games.
I like the bouncy houses, the ones with the big balls, kind of like the Wipeout.
My favorite thing was the talent show. I really liked the inflatables, basketball, the games, the crafting.
I really loved the crafting game. It was a great time.
I like the bouncy houses.
Food at Model Assembly is always delicious, but what about the people who want a healthier option? Here are a few of your fellow delegates with how
How do you make healthy eating choices when you're at YIG?
I try to look for any places like restaurants that serve other options like salads or greens or maybe sandwiches.
What are some examples of healthy meals that you like to eat while you're at YIG?
Any salad with meat or like other vegetables like carrots, cucumbers, healthy dressings like oils.
So how do you make healthy eating choices when you're at YIG?
Well, you can't go to like unhealthy eating places every day. You gotta avoid going to pizza every day. Sometimes you gotta stop by or Subway and get a sandwich just so that you're not completely filling yourself with junk food every day.
What are some examples of healthy meals that you choose?
Well, like I said earlier, Subway's generally pretty healthy, and Panera generally has very good salad options.
So how do you make healthy eating choices when you're at YIG?
I look for things that are like fruit and vegetables and try not to get all the greasy food that most people would get.
What are some examples of healthy meals you like to eat at YIG?
Salads and just a bunch of fruit.
So how do you make healthy choices when you're eating at YIG?
I like to eat a lot of whole grains and greens because I know those are healthy food choices.
What are some examples of healthy meals that you like to eat while you're at YIG?
There's a sushi place on the Skyways that's called 123 Sushi, and it's good because it incorporates a lot of greens and meat, which is healthy.
Have you seen any good looks this weekend? Here are a few of our favorite trends at YIG. The talent show was also a success.
Just like an
seen my share of broken halos. It might seem strange how are they in pain?
This is a little different, so I need you to bear with me. Ever since I was a small child, I've been making weird noises vocally. Yeah, I do voices, and the easiest way to explain that is just to show you. So. Oh boy, welcome to the Golden Boys and Girls. So you're either going to respond like that to the first impression, or just be dead silent, and then I was going to have to go through the rest of these, and it was going to be painful for everyone. So I'm glad you chose the one you did.
You got a hold of me, don't even know your power. It goes like this, the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major left, the baffled king composing hallelujah. I'm just a city boy, born and raised in South Detroit. You took the midnight train going anywhere.
Thank you for watching YIG TV. I hope you all had a great Saturday at Model Assembly.